Hey YouTube fam, this is Aspieness here, and today that we are going to do the Doki Doki episode 2, the Doki Doki Literature Club. So anyways, in the last episode that we did, basically, we got reluctantly drug into the Doki Doki Literature Club by Sayori, our really good friend that we grew up with, and then that's where we met the other three. I can't remember them off the top of my head, to be honest. Well, I know one of them is Yuri. Uh, Makori? No. We'll get into them here in a sec. But basically, we started to get to know each other, and then one of the tasks that was started was to write a poem. So we wrote a poem, and just through, I guess, coincidence and everything else, because honestly, I was just choosing words I would normally write about, and it really connected well with Yuri, which there started being a relationship with that. She even gave us a copy of a book that she has. We started reading it, and things got a little close. And now this will chronicleize what's happened after that. And like it kind of says at the beginning of the game before you log in and or when it starts kicking up, this game is not necessarily meant for people that have had maybe traumatic dealings or anything like that. So I am going to say this: if you've had anything in your past, please, if you start feeling uncomfortable, I don't mind at all. I want you to have fun watching this, and I want everybody to have fun. And if you start, if it starts causing, feelings to crop up, please do what you need to. I want to make sure, like I said, one last time, I want to make sure that you're having fun. I want to make sure that, everybody's having fun with this, and just do what you think is best. I'm not, two thumbs up to that. So here we go. Let's jump into that. Oh, Natsuki and Sayori, Yuri, and Monica. That's right. Monica's the leader. Yuri is really the biggest bookworm in this group. Natsuki is kind of like the brash, cutesy type, and then Sayori is kind of the friend that we grew up with, and she's kind of has a innocence to her in a very naive way, but a very sweet way as well. I mainly, honestly, identify with Sayori and Yuri. Um, so with this being said, let's kind of start going with this. Let's go with what Yuri says about this. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poems, I notice her eyes lighten up. Exceptional! What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Uh, ew, he's going to hate me. Um, you really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? That's. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Yeah, she has to take a double look. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from their topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes, which is, you know, why I identify with her as being maybe autistic in a way, because I know with me, once I get into a certain field of something I'm really interested in, I get real focused. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes from practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Nazuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Uh, um, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Watch itself, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Very good. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty, and that usually catches my eye. I think pretty handwriting is really awesome. I think that's because mine looks like chicken scratch. uh, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Boo. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's really nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Boo. Me too. So there goes that. Let's go with Monica next. Hi, Boo! Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. I can understand that. I'm the same way. Get somewhere new and... Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Boo. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Boo. I was going, oh, my head while I was reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. Well, thanks, Monica. I guess. I mean, I guess good that I surprised you, or I don't know. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it while readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry, so much about that. You do your own thing. I was clicking a little too fast, so I didn't realize that was, the main character. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah, that would be awkward. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. I mean, this can kind of be taken as two or three different things. My first take on the first part here is that, um, she's kind of, her heart's not there, and something's just burned too deep inside of her. And then she kept on looking at these different choices and just feels kind of plagued. But that's kind of where I kind of take that interpretation. It could also mean just that she's trying to get someone's attention away. I'm not sure. But it's really nice. I like it. So what do you think? It's very freeform. Is that's what is if that's what you call it? Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point, and I'm going to bring something up that's going to make someone laugh here in a sec. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get everything down on paper and tidy it up. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Okay, a little bit quick story time. One of my best friends in the tile world, I consider him a brother. His name's Corey. He is a very amazing artist, but he gets artist block really easily and he can't figure out what he wants to draw. He'll start and then scratch, start and scratch. And he just tries to focus so hard on it one particular thing. And, this whole thing that she was talking about, I've told him numerous times, just go with the flow. Draw something that you don't plan on drawing. Get some of that inspiration out. Some of that aggravation out. So, Corey, if you're watching this, pay attention to that part right there, please. Anyways, I love you, bro. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Very, yeah. Let's go with Sayori next. This is a good poem, Boo. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. Yeah, Sayori, when have you ever known for me to write something? It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy you would be writing poems in his spare time? Who would be? I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Boo. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! I mean, just very bubbly. And, she has a kind of, not blase, but, and not plain, but she has a very whimsical way of looking at everything. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Yeah, I'm not much of an egg and bacon type person unless I'm on my day off, but I do love my cereal and milk. Or toast. Toast and butter. Or a little bit of mix of butter and jelly. But yeah, I could totally feel that. Sorry? This is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you're late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. Like, literally, I'd wake up at like 5:30, and I'd still try to do it even for work, but I was in high school. I'd wake up at 5:30, get up and eat, and I had like more like a 20-minute walk to school just so I could make it on time. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Here we go, Natsuki. Remember, she's a hothead. So, here we go. This awkward silence. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Yeah. I mean, of course, everybody has their own drawbacks and strengths. Where she might be brash, her ability to probably be headstrong will really help. It gives her a determination. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I really wish you would have made the last line kind of, rhyme. But, I mean, I could see her definitely writing a kid's book. And, I mean, that's just as good as any other thing. So, I mean, more power to her. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Yeah, very full of herself. I mean, I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? That's right, she's a freshman. I think Yuri is a year older, and then Monica, Sayori, and the me are basically in the same, basically like sophomores, I think. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Yeah, I imagine so. It's always hard to do a new thing. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other's expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you'd say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute? Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Saori liked it, and Boo did too, so based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. I mean, there's a difference between being, and this is with both of them, between being, um, constructive, and neither of them are really being constructive. They're both being pretty bullheaded, and, not really willing to listen to the other. Though Yuri did kind of try to be nice, I think, uh, what's her name? Natsuki was very pissed. Ugh. And Boo liked my poem too. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up, which I get thrown in the middle of it now. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Boo appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh god. Here comes the, very much a, savage in her, I guess. Uh, uh, is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Boo started showing up. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. When more than one person says an argument, they're both pretty invested in the argument. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Boo! She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. This reminds me of like me and my little sister with our dad or mom. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Boo. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Boo? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... Okay. So Help Me Sayori is going to be kind of like middle ground. Yuri is, of course, choosing her, and then there's choosing Natsuki. To be honest, from when I kind of did the last poem writing and choosing the words, it was really strongly related to Yuri. So I think I'm going to keep on going down the path of Yuri just to see what happens. So let's see what it does. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different, like I said earlier. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist, getting ready to punch. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. This is why anytime, either like I do with with my job, I take calls in and I listen to their problems. As long as you really listen and give input that is constructive and work with the person, there's never going to be any backlash. But if you're a total jerk to them, it's just not going to work out. And that comes with anything in life. Any advice you try to give, any input that you receive, anything like that. I mean, if both parties are bullheaded, it's definitely going nowhere. And it's going nowhere fast. So that's what's up with that. Yeah. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki? She really didn't need to do that. I looked across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in at an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated over being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Boo. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. that one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, uh, what thing did Natsuki say? What she was doing is the term stuffing your shirt to impress guys. I think that's what she was trying to get at. And I mean, I try to put it gingerly as I can, but that's just the layman terms of what she had said, without, being too descriptive. Uh, um, well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Boo, how about you? I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Trying to look. Okay. And maybe you learned something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with new-found determination. Boo! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Yeah, that's right, because since they live close by, I think they're in the same neighborhood. They used to walk to school and from school, but since their activities were different before the club, she would walk by herself, but they're able to spend more time with each other, which, when it comes to a dear friend, of course you want to spend as much time as you can, even though he said that if he had met her, he wouldn't be friends with her, if he had met her later on in life, but that still applies. I mean, once you have a friend, you have a friend, no, especially since it's been since childhood. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No, 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 no. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that, and it's because I am a stud muffin. Oh yeah. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. Boo, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. So apparently we're kind of seeing this more as a way to, find a girlfriend. I mean, which of course this is kind of part, light novel slash romance thing. But I can't wait to see, like it kind of says, in what I've said before. It's supposed to take a very drastic turn in some points. So that's going to be real interesting. I can't wait to see what happens with that. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so it's probably time for write another poem. I'm probably going to write the poem and then I'm going to stop there. So it's secretive, hurt, aura, forgive, heartbreak, heartbeat, unending hope, hopeless destiny, and fantasy. I am going to go with. I'm going to go with secretive. Massacre, after image, sensation, analysis, mouse, clouds, pout, charm, fun, and shame. And by the way, just like in the last one, I'm not choosing any particular thing. Just to be with somebody. I'm actually choosing the words that I would use in real life. I might do a live on one of the later episodes just so that I can maybe get y'all's input on what words to choose. That way, it mixes up and makes it interesting. Um, which one do I want from this one? Let's choose sensation. Playground, rain cloud, disaster, childhood, captive, prayer, vivid, special, infinite, and joy. Choose vivid. Together, defeat, ocean, headphones, tragedy, breathe. Feathers, socks, beauty, and happiness. I'm gonna choose together. Okay, skipping unrequited. Promise, rose, nibble, raindrops, valentine, silly, dark, and infallible. I'm gonna choose unrequited. Oh wow. Waterfall, candy, friends, uncanny, suicide, comfort, treasure, uncontrollable, jump, and chocolate. Uncontrollable. Extreme flower, excitement, sunset, doki doki, awesome, dazzle, lipstick, fear, and graveyard. Um, let's say extreme. Cute, scars, tears, kawaii, variants, memories, poof, poof. Insight, milk, and smile. Sorry, I know I'm a goofball at times. I'm gonna choose variants. Papa, misfortune, cheeks, anime, love, horror, depression, parfait, dance, and passion. I'm gonna choose passion. Okay, daydream, climax, strawberry, cage, precious, peaceful, philosophy, bubbles, marshmallow, and lazy. Philosophy. Grief, hair, shopping, incongruent, incapable, spinning, dream, play, effulgent, and starscape. I'm gonna choose starscape. Loud, heart, lust, sticky, death, pure, broken, anger, crimson, and vivacious. Yeah, vivacious. Alone, tenacious, determination, essence, ambient, sunny, laugh, disoriented, nature, and question. I think I'm gonna choose determination there. Lucky, warm, judgment, existence, nightgown, twirl, music, vitality, heaven sent, and calm. Let's do heaven sent. There we go. Whistle, inferno, romance, wrath, swimsuit, peace, bliss, bed, bed, whisper, and blanket. Romance, yeah. Despise, explode, portrait, vertigo, fireflies, boop, boop. Jumpy, Universe, Lollipop, and Vacation. Universe. Pain, Marriage, Party. Party! Kitty, Cheer, Empty, Electricity, Puppy, Hop, and Sugar. Um, man, I think I would honestly go with Electricity. Fireworks, summer, rainbow, bunny, melancholy, unstable, vibrant, disarray, whirlwind, and floofy. Um, man, melancholy's really sticking out to me. Journey, atone, extraordinary, eternity, desire, pink color, sadness, adventure, and holiday. Extraordinary, definitely. Disown, clumsy, entropy, fickle, kiss, covet, time, wonderful, shining, sing. And one thing I noticed from the first time and this time, Monica isn't really choosable in this one, so I wonder if maybe she has a special interest already, and that's why she's not really choosable, and that's what the poem might have been meant. Like she likes somebody, but isn't really sure about it yet, or she's wondering, does he like me uh, does he like me like I like him type of situation. So we'll find out. Entropy. Yep. Okay, so yeah, Yuri. Another day passes and it's time for a club meeting already. So, okay. So, here's what we're going to do. Um, I'm going to go ahead do the third one. Yeah, I played a little bit earlier to be honest. And to be honest, none of my choices really. I mean, I kind of stuck to honestly what I played earlier. I made a video and it messed up to be honest. So I kind of knew already what was going to happen, but you know, I just basically went through it again because I wanted to have fun and everything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save over this right now. Okay, yes. That way it just picks up right from there. Um, and yeah. So I can't wait to find out what happens after this. I didn't really get much farther earlier. Um, so with that being said, um, yeah, all the poems were great in their own way, and I love how everything plays out because of the fact that, I mean, I'm a huge horror fan. Video games and movies, songs, anything like that, like Ice Nine Kills. I love that they're also making a continuation from, silent or the basically continue on with the horror movie genre of songs, and it's creating an ultimate story, and that's what I'm liking with this. Is that, yeah, it has a little bit of romance and drama, a little bit of cutesy crap in there, but ultimately it's woven really well, and I can't really see when those big twists and turns pop up and everything else like that. So, yeah, I might on my next video I'll probably do like an hour, hour and 20 minutes or something like that. Let me see how long. So yeah, probably about an hour and 20 minutes just to kind of make up for this episode. Um, and I might, if I get the time tomorrow, do another game just to kind of break it up a little bit. I've been really hearing about, it's an older game, but I want to check it out and see what happens. It'll be a little bit scarier than this. So, anyways, thank you for watching, YouTube fam. If you did like this video and this is your first time watching me, go ahead and slam that like and like the button, hit the subscribe button. And I mean, like I said before, this is something I want to do that whether it gets big or not. It's a lot of fun making the video, editing it, and ultimately giving you something to watch. I mean, it's just really amazing to have this opportunity. And I mean, honestly, if it wouldn't be for the people in my life that have been positive about it or even contributed things for me to this, I mean, I wouldn't be anywhere. So thank you to whoever's watching, and thank you to my friends and family. As always, thank you, YouTube fam, and this is Aspieness out.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in